Thanks for the resub, Griffin Bruce. I appreciate it. We'll go first. That's always good with our aggro deck. Easy mulligan here. Only one shard. This hand is fantastic. If either of these is not a well. This hand is actually very good if we hit a ruby threshold on 2. Opponent mulligan to 6 at least. Got that card for us. Come on. We got unlucky and mulligan to 5. Give us a ruby threshold, Kismet. Please. 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 God bless you. So you just gotta ask. You gotta ask very nicely. And now we just run him over. So this card's just so gross on the play. Siege Engine Gemini, for those who are unaware, we'll take a look at that here in just a second. This card, every time we attack, it gets -1 cost in our hand. It is an 8/8 with Crush that costs 11 by default. And when we play this, if it costs 1 or less, it creates a copy of itself. So if you trigger Assault 10 times before you play this, it's going to be a 1 cost. It's going to be a 1 cost with 2. Ooh, he's got Extinctions in his deck. So he might be. That's not Ramp. Okay, so just a more controlling Kaigalichu deck. Maybe not on Crusaders. Hey, Clunky Man. Alright, so it's turn 3, and we've already attacked with 3 troops, so this is all the way down to an 8 cost. That's why I wanted some siege. That's why I like a couple of siege engines are okay. Maybe it might be too many, but like having assault cards in your opening hand in this deck is so powerful. It's very, very powerful. Yeah, I might be down for that, Penta. Oh, geez. Okay, so I'm assuming this is dying. He's just got, like, Hero Fall or Kill or something here. If he's got Hero Fall, he should play it now because I have another one of these in my hand. Ooh, Lasgar's Vengeance with Prophecy. So we'll play Baby Yeti here. And then I'm going to go ahead and combat training my Baby Yeti to incentivize him to kill that to not give us our combat training back. Nice, Clunky Bed. You will not be disappointed. Hex is a lot of fun. In addition to being a fun and interesting game, it is also has a good digital client. Ooh, he has the removal and let us attack and trigger. This is a habit you have to break. A lot of the time, it just doesn't matter what when you're doing your targeting, but the fact that assault cards are just like seeing play now means that you really don't want to let them attack before they do anything. So what he does here, this has draw a card on from the last landing pause site. Yeah, kind of, Professor. This build's a little bit more aggressive unless it has Psychotic Arsonist instead of Arcane Focus in it. Got his kill back. That's pretty. He does have Crusaders in his deck. Okay, so he's just got Extinctions on top of all of the troops. Interesting. Hopefully he lets us declare attackers again so we can continue reducing the cost of our assault cards. Yeah, the campaign's a great way to break in and get a feel for the client for sure. Don't kill my Bumblebot. Don't kill my Bumblebot. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. Yeah! Yeah, you kill that Psychotic Arsonist. He's way scarier than my Bumblebot that's just poking you for 1. Alright, well, we now have a bunch of assault cards in our hand, so I'm glad we have at least one Bumblebot in play, ticking them downward. Because ground cards, maybe. I mean, just like this, the traditional wild, the deck that's the popular, I guess I shouldn't say traditional, the popular Blood Wild deck is very troop based. It's basically an aggressive mid range deck, so Extinction does not play well with a lot of the cards that it wants to play in general. Alright, so this comes into play and eats something, I assume, here. Next turn, we're probably going to play this as an 8-8. We'll see what we draw. I could also just like play this to kill us 4-3. Exarch of the Egg. That makes Siege Engine Gemini less good. I guess Siege Engine can still like block his stuff. Although I guess I have... Ooh, let's start by drawing 2 cards. Some shards. Okay, so what am I doing here? So I could play this and just get rid of his thing. I could also just attack with this and then play Siege Engine and then next turn play Lasgar's Vengeance. That doesn't seem like the worst. Either way, we're definitely attacking first. All these cards get reduced cost by 1 when we attack. It's a tough call. I kind of want 2 Siege Engines out of this Gemini, but the chances of us getting to do that next turn are kind of low, and I feel like I just want to pressure him, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this. So let's provide some good defense, just an 8-8 crush. Okay, so Balthazar is going to gain him a bunch of life and draw him some cards here. He can't really attack, though, which is nice. This just blocks. He could attack with the 1-Thier, hypothetically, but he wants to keep that back to block. Siege Engine Gemini. I would not mind a Crackling whatever. Crackling Vortex, Crackling Bolt. Crackling Bolt would actually be really good, because we can Vengeance plus kill this and then make a Bumblebot and attack for 10. Yeah, Crackling Bolt would be the nuts here. Psychotic Arsonist also... I guess that's not particularly good, right? So let's... I think I should play this first to see what I draw. So I'm going to get to draw 2 cards off of this. Let's do this first, see what we get. Baby Yeti, Crackling Wit. Okay. Well, now I might wait a turn here. I might wait because now I can just Crackling Wit and draw 2 cards and make a Bumblebot and attack with these 2. And then next turn I can probably double Lasgar's Vengeance. Hey, Silent Snake, thanks for the host. Definitely playing a Baby Yeti out here. So if I attack with 2, this will cost 4 and this will cost 1, so I can double Vengeance next turn just by doing that. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just go boop, boop. I could throw this in just to reduce the cost on both of these, but that kind of telegraphs I've got another one of those cards. So I think I'm just going to go boop, boop, and swing here. I kind of like reducing the cost on these, though. This would be free and 0. Yeah, I'm going to throw the Baby Yeti away. It's basically like using this as a double accelerant. Even if it does send the message that I have a Lasgar's Vengeance in my hand. Which might make him play his turn differently to play around 1 Lasgar's Vengeance, but not play around the second. Yeah. So a lot of considerations there for sure. This card does 4 damage to my opponent and every troop they control. So this is 3 resources, deal 8 to every troop he has, deal 8 to him, so we'll put him to 9, and then hopefully our siege engine and our Bamberly bots can deal the death blow. Oh, Jesus, he just passing? Please be passing. What? Is this an extinction? This feels like an extinction to me. I'm blocking. I think this is an extinction, which is going to be sad, but... Yeah, I think he's casting extinction. He showed us that earlier. Has to be. Oh, it's a croc. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Rough. Well, we've got double Lasgars at least, so we're not completely dead, but this was a mistake on my part. Okay. Excellent. All right. Play this. Okay. You're right, Immortals. You are completely correct. I misread that. Croc makes more sense. Yep. I think we're still going to win this game just because my hand is nuts. There's patch notes on the website. We got another draw 3 in the bank. This is a game we mulliganed to 5 on the play, too. Oh, look at that. We can just cast this next turn. He even bounced, what? He bounced for 6 this game? He gained 6 and drew 6? And we're just, like, chugging through him? Just, like, mowing him down? Rawr! He's under assault! He's under assault! Rise again, sure. So probably... I don't even know what he's getting. He could get my siege engine back. He could get his... Getting his rabbit back is probably better. He could also get a croc back here. This deck is a closer comparison to the Mono Ruby Angus deck than the Prophecy Burn deck. And I think that's an incorrect thing that people do in Hex a lot, is they try to draw parallels between decks that are using the same champion as opposed to drawing parallels between decks that are the similar archetypes. Just because a deck is using the same champion doesn't mean it's a similar deck. It's like Dreaming Fox is a perfect example of that. I've played Ramp Dreaming Fox, I've played Control Dreaming Fox, I've played Mid-Range Dreaming Fox decks, just like every type of Dreaming Fox deck under the sun, I have built and played in this game at this point, I feel like. He could croc to take out the bots, that is very true. Thankfully, we have 3 draws in the bank with this line of pause site, so... What you get? Yeah, probably croc, eat the Bumblebots. That's true. He did mess up with what he killed with the paw. It's a very fair assessment. It's a shame we can't Lasgars. Now, why are you a basic action? This card's so weak. It's just a basic action. Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, another piece of candy. Looking for a shard, looking for a shard. Hi ho the Cheerio, I found a shard. Bum ba dum ba dum 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 dum. Am I supposed to Lasgars here? I feel like I'm supposed to Lasgars here. If he doesn't have removal for this, he just dies. He's mostly dead either way. MTGO is awful unplayable software, and I will not be using it or streaming it until that changes. It's just the cold hard facts. Oh, right, we have a command for that. Thank you, Immortals. Okay, so he has the kill for this, which is a little unfortunate. You just get to force him to 3 here, though, which makes this Crackling Bolt lethal. Not to mention, it reduces the cost of the Siege Engine Gemini even more. I'm doing well, Holidays. I think my toddler might have pooped. I'm going to have to check a diaper here really quick. Yakuzan, sure. You dead to this Crackling Bolt. Doesn't matter what your 6-drop does. I got Crackling Bolt. No, he used that kill on my, I'm pretty sure he used that kill on my, my thing. I could be wrong, but I thought we saw him use it. Alright, so... Psychotic Arsonist actually gets gummed up, especially on the draw. This is one of those matchups. I'm going to board those out. I'm going to bring in another Flickering Gobbler. All the Transmogrifades are excellent in this matchup. It doesn't look like he had Might Singer in his deck, and maybe that's the difference that he has Extinction. So I'm actually going to trim... I'm going to trim some of these burns and see how that feels. Bring in this and the extra combat training. We also didn't see any vampires out of him. So I'm going to bring in one Crimson Bolt instead of this extra one here, but we'll see how that goes. I'm going to cut one Siege Engine Gemini on the draw. They can clunk up a little bit, bring in an Oracle Song, and then I'm going to save this and check a diaper real quick. We're going to gobble some knobs. No poops? You good? Kids are so strange. The Croc will still fight, but it'll fight with its new stats if you transmog it. The transmogs aren't for taking out Crocs. The transmogs are for taking out Runear Hierophants and Underworld Crusaders. This is probably fine. Our opponent's playing a more controlling build, so they're a little bit more threat light. Core Prob 1 with the Twitch Prime subscription, putting it towards my channel this month. Thank you very much for the support. I do appreciate it. Make sure you check out our subs Discord server after it has time to sync. Another Transmog. Okay, sure. We're going to have 2 new emotes soon. I have a friend working on them. I think I'm just going to transmog this. This accelerates him. So unless I find something better to do. Yeah, I'm just going to transmog this. Got a bunch of them. It's a little aggressive, but I think it's fine. I think we're going to do a Finger Pistols emote and a Judge Gavel for the Monday Night Magic when we make mistakes. Maybe they forgot to link it on the patch page. There's definitely patch notes. I saw they tweeted patch notes, I know. So he's probably just going to eat this, I assume. The sacrifice of the troop to get bigger. Wow, okay. Nope. So I waited to transmog this. I'm going to transmog this just because it's going to get out of control at some point. And I wanted to wait till my turn. Well, that's annoying. It's a 3-2 with Crush now. Just start attacking with my Bambly bot. Don't really want to try and trade it with this. Hand is not padding out. It's very possible I should have mulliganed this hand. Carnosaur, okay. This game's not looking good for our hero. I guess Mama Yeti's the type of card that can take a game that's not looking good and just like swing it heavily into our favor. She is a verifiable monster. Sure. See how much he leaves back to block the misses. Hopefully enough that a single removal spell will let us push through. Leaving everything back seems conservative. Burn or Crackling Bolt would be great. I guess we don't have Crackling Bolt in our deck right now. This was an excellent draw. I could offer the like Mama Yeti for these two trade. Maybe that's worthwhile. Or like Mama Yeti for this, and this. Yeah. I think with this, I have enough action coming off the top of my deck that trade is probably fine. If he has a removal spell, he's going to be able to start pushing through this really quickly. Yeah, I'm going to offer the Mama Yeti trade for 2 of his guys and a point of damage. I think I'm okay with that exchange. I could see like the triple block too. So like keep the Carnosaur. Oh, just like dealer's choice. Okay, sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do it like this, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Super happy with that exchange. Thanks, Thermit. Rats! I was hoping he'd get the Skarn back with his ability. He brought in Relentless Corruption. I guess we do have Landing Paw Sight. That's fair. Hey, Greedy. Afternoon, morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Thursday afternoon, Thursday here with me. Yeah, not necessarily afternoon for everyone. A brand new redundant advice. Welcome. Thank you for putting your Twitch Prime subscription towards the channel. Again, we're going to wait on this transmog on this dork so we can trigger an action to make a Bambly bot next turn. Let's go ahead and play this just so we have the most information here. Welcome. I appreciate the support. Ooh, when it rains, it pours. That's unfortunate. I guess he could hit a shard. If he hits one of our prophesized cards, though, we're basically just dead. We have two more draws in the bank, hypothetically. All right, sweet. He took a shard off the top of our deck, so that actually helped us. Deal. This is Rage 1, right? Yeah, so we're gonna hit for 4 here. Might have to hold this back on defense. Sure. Yeah. Talk about cards that can keep us in the game. Let's get the old attack for 1 in here, and then pay 7 Lasgar's Vengeance, draw a card. Sure. They'll just keep running good at the in-between. It's fine. It blows my mind the number of Magic players that are like, when I tell them Hex has free 5K event is having free 5K events, like they're like, how does Hex make money? Like Wizards gives out way more money than that almost every weekend, and no one's like, how do they make money? It's like their advertising costs. Like that's just how business works. Yeah, we could flood 2 players, right? Alright, we got 3 more draws in the bank. This is kind of a beating. I kind of wish I would have saved the last Guard's Vengeance now. I didn't want him to, like, draw a Runir Hierophant and play it out and sacrifice something. And sacrifice to get a 5/5, though. I don't know, it's close. Maybe I could have waited a turn. We have 4 draws in the bank right now. We haven't drawn the Prophesized Troop off the one before this. Ooh, probably dead to that. Okay, Crackling Bolts. I think I'm just going to have to hit removal for this. So I'm going to Crackling Bolt this in the off chance we draw like Lasgar's Vengeance. Alright, there's Baby Yeti. Okay. I'll play this. Play this. Play this. Play this. Sure. I think we needed all that to happen a little bit sooner. I think we needed all that to happen a little bit sooner for us to be able to win this game. We'll see, though. We're not just dead yet. This brings a random troop from his script back into play every turn. Now we're probably just dead. We'll see. Doesn't have speed, right? Yeah, it just puts it back into place. We're taking 7 this turn after he eats these 2 things. And a rock cast, sure. We have draws that can win here. Maybe something insane. Alright, GG, bud. I get to go to game 3 on the play. Do I want to change anything around on the play? I guess Crimson Bolt kills the stupid Yakuzan, so that's probably fine. I think I'm going to cut a Flickering Gobbler and bring in an extra Oracle Song. That seems okay. I think I'm happy with the rest of what I did in terms of boarding. Let's go ahead and submit. I don't really like bringing this back in. He's got a lot of things that brick wall it. He's got a lot of things that just block this. It's really good turn 2 on the play, but it's not particularly good other than that. Why do we care about what actions he's played? He's played a couple removal spells and he has copies of Extinction, I know. I don't like bringing in Riposte against Blood decks. I don't think it's particularly powerful. It's kind of clunky. Occasionally you'll tag a removal spell with it, but a lot of the times when you're jamming threats, you don't have time to hold up Riposte to tag a removal spell with it. Hi, Tigerzord. I would like to go first. This hand seems fine. It's fairly aggressive. I really wish it had an Assault card in it. This hand had an Assault card in it, I would be really hard pressed to lose this game. It looks like my opponent does not have... it looks like they trimmed Howling Braves and Might Singers from the Jadim Jedi Dragonborn deck list that Varanus and them have been playing. That's my best estimate of what they have going on to make room for Extinction and some other things that they have that the other builds don't play. Gosh, Yeti on the play, so OP. Raging Goblin too strong. Alright, play this. Cottontail Explorer shirt. It's a little annoying. Get one shard out of it. So the question then becomes, do I Crackling Bolt the Cottontail to continue pushing with the rest of these, or do I just let him trade off? I think I'm supposed to Crackling Bolt him and just let him trade off. Really unfortunate that we are going to miss our third shard here. Hey, Zomhooks. Yeah, I think I'm just doing this and then... Like I said, if we had a Vengeance that was ticking down in our hand, or a Siege Engine Gemini, like how many times have we attacked already? We attacked 1, 2, 3. We have 6, so we'd have 6 assault triggers if we would have had one in our opener. Has the Edict Rabbit here? He's paused like he has the Edict Rabbit. The scrounge to target opposing player sacrifices a troop. I mean, it's probably just different more so than strictly budget, Coach. I mean, it's definitely cheaper, but it's got less like a different... Has a kill, which is why we put combat training on the Bambly bot here. That's pretty good for us. Play this out, grab another ruby. Next turn we can sight to start propelling us into some more action. We've got this Bumblebot pressuring in the air. He's all the way down to 11 already. Our Bumblebot is well trained. But you got hits extinction. This is definitely killing my Bumblebot here. It's unfortunate. So he had 1, 2... every other card in here was bad for him. I mean, Croc would be good at some point, but just like these cards are not great. Oh, extinction. He's probably in the tank if he wants to extinction this. I think he has to. Yeah, but like there's decks that they just, you know, they just happen to cost less money to build. It doesn't make them just budget versions of something else. I mean, but again, you can't even make that comparison because Varanus' configuration is playing kill instead of hero fall, because playing kill on 3 is easier than playing hero fall on 3. I'm not saying his deck's not necessarily a budget build, but I'm saying just because a deck is cheaper doesn't automatically make it a budget build. And that's really unfortunate. We've gotten a little bit unlucky this game, and that's going to maximize his ability to continue punishing us. Hopefully we hit, we had a prophecy card next turn. he took our shard. That's, ugh. So he got lucky with that extinction, and then he hit that. At least we get to fire the Bumblebot back up with combat training here. Crack him for 2 here. Hopefully he doesn't have another Relentless Corruption. He has a shard that draws a card for him, though, so... And we know that because the shard we drew off the top of our deck did not draw us a card. Maybe we're really lucky and he didn't hit our prophesied action or troop. Maybe their next 2 cards were shards as well. Really, hopefully he just can't answer this, and then we get to beat him down with it. And it doesn't matter what we draw and what he draws, so long as he doesn't have a way to deal with this. Tap out for something irrelevant. Crusader's really good. It's got reach. It can block. It's got Skyguard. It can block my Bumblebot. Haha. Yep. We got a giant Rainier Hierophant. However, can I win? Crackling Bolt. Alright, so I got punished here for having waited on the Transmogrifade, because now I can't transmog this and play Linoplastite. I think I'm just supposed to play the Linoplastite out here. I think this deck's very well positioned. Christy, my wife played variations of this deck while I was working on it from approximately 150th on the ladder all the way up to, I think she's 30th now, somewhere around there. Ah! Please, just don't kill the Bumblebot. 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 Please, let the Bumblebot live. Let the Bumblebot live! He needs life! Let the Bumblebot live! Oh, please be dead to my Bumblebot. Please be dead to my Bumblebot. None of it matters if you're dead to my Bumblebot. God, he's got a Transmog? There's no burns in my deck. I boarded all those out. He could have a Crimson Bolt out of my deck. Come on, spend 2 resources on something that doesn't kill my Bumblebot. Please? Draw Crackling Bolt, Hoagland. Come on. Okay. Please just die. 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 God bless America. He even let me attack and trigger this like he shouldn't have. Ugh, there's no justice. His Relentless Corruption's timed well. He got very fortunate with his first Kaigu activation. Yep, that's the beach sometimes. We're not out of it yet, but it's slipping away from us. Carnosaur, sure. What do we want to draw? Just like run off 3 shards in a row and hope to not die in the meantime? It could be okay. Hopefully this Transmog just kills this, turns into a useless constant or artifact. Our turn to be a little lucky. A little lucky. Combat trading, sure. Gobbler off the top is still lethal. We do have Gobblers in our deck. We've got Crackling Bolts too. I've only spent 2 and he hasn't drawn any, it looks like. So yes, there's 2 Crackling Bolts, 2 Gobblers. We can also just run off some shards, like I said. Do you have a Balthazar? If he has Balthazar, we're probably just dead. Transmog this one. Dang it, Bobby! Alright, oh, I think I have to do this to this, too. Watch this be a nuts 1-drop. Alright, sweet. Let's gain him life. So we're taking 4 here, down to 8. Basically dead to any follow-up troop here, unless we hit one of our outs. It's just funny, because we hit this twice in this match. We transmogged him in one of his 3-drops into those last game. Sure, man. My cards are yours. I should have saved a Transmog, I guess, because this, yeah. Okay. No, now we have less outs. If we draw a Gobbler, I punted. It was probably just a punt regardless. Alright, well, there's 1 shard, and we're dead on board. So, good games, opponent. Good beats. Queue up another, shall we? Hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome. Looks like you got 135 people hanging out here this afternoon. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your Thursday here with us. Playing some aggressive Megabombus style decks. The queues are probably going to be a little bit slow because the Lixil tournament just started, which is a free constructed tournament in client. Started at 1 o'clock. I don't like to stream that, though, because there's downtime in between rounds. It makes it a little less than ideal for terms of video content. Devron with the continued subscription. Welcome back for another month, and thank you for re-upping. I appreciate the continued support, mate. You make Pikachu so happy. Waiting to queue, waiting to queue. Hi-ho the cherry-o, waiting to queue. Everyone excited? Anyone, people in chat? Are folks going to be playing in the Radiant Rumble this weekend? Ah, the Bambly Bot mirror. Thankfully, we have shown our true skill by winning the die roll. Coin flip, whatever you want to call it. And this hand is lit, fam. Look at this. Speed Dork on 1, Speed Dork on 2, Assault cards, Action on 3, make a Bumblebot, another Speed Dork. Ooh, baby, baby. I wonder if this card could push an elf deck over the top. The old elf deck I used to play was fairly aggressive, and I would probably like access to this card. Roar. Do you feel assaulted? You should feel assaulted. Play a shard. Play a slow shard. Rats. I think I play this for Ruby and play the Psychotic Arsonist. Big bucks no burn. 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 How angry are they? Oh no, he's got a burn. Oh no. Oh no. I just wanted to let you draw cards, opponent. Don't you want to draw cards? Yeah, they do, coach. That's why I like the siege engines. Like, they're just another card that's just like, oh, hey, I have an assault card. So this hand's great. Sapphire Shard. Rats. Just keep swinging, swinging, swinging. Bum, 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 bum. A little unfortunate, though, we missed our third shard drop here. You know, whatevs. We still got Baby Yurty going to town. Yep, he gets to make a Bambly Bot and start attacking me. Start assaulting us. I feel assaulted. If he leaves his back, I'm going to Crackling Bolt it. Yeah, you get in there. We both want to trigger all these assault cards. Sapphire. Rats. Alright, well, now since we have 2 of these, I'm just going to play 1. Just might as well use our resources up here. Rawr. So this hand was very good. It has gotten less good as time has gone on. At least we've drawn 2 cards that we can actually play instead of just being stuck on them. This is only 2 more attacks away from being playable. Likely. I mean, arguably the best deck in the format right now plays for Ruiner Hierophant still. The Blood Wild deck is very good. He's playing Prophecy Burn, it looks like, not this more aggressive version that I'm playing. Yep, combat training. Alright, so we got this other Crackling Bolt, head at this Thunderfield Elder here. Hopefully we hit a shard. Shards, please! Right, I should be more specific in my requests, as always. That's better than no shard, I suppose. Next turn we can play Lasgar's Vengeance. Hierophant is still a very powerful Hex card. It doesn't have to be a one-card unbeatable card to be playable. It's the cheapest double socket card in the game. It offers a very powerful effect. Super flexible, customizable in lots of different shells. Has Gobbler in his deck, has Gobbler combat training, that's pretty good. Homegrown 101 putting the Twitch Prime subscription towards the channel. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Or the starting support. It's the first sub. Thank you. Welcome. Okay. Kill you 3 power guy. Still losing this race. It's unfortunate. Probably would have been able. I think our deck is ahead against the Prophecy Burn style Bombus if our draw is anywhere close to average. It also could have been incorrect that, like, so we drew our third shard was another Ruby shard. It could have been incorrect to just like run the Arsonist out into the Anarchist out on 2 into a possible burn. Ryan Tucker with the Twitch Prime subscription towards the channel. Welcome and thank you for the support. I appreciate it. This deck doesn't have a ton of Sapphire cards in it. Like we're almost mono Ruby. Just not being able to activate Bombus is a huge blow. Yeah, I'm just I guess in a world where I hit a Sapphire Shard this turn, I can go Crackling Wit, make a thing, Flickering Gobbler, and maybe race if he doesn't have removal. Maybe. There's a world where we're not just dead here. Our series of draws out of both decks that could allow us to win this game. So I'll take one more draw step here. God bless you. Yep. Call it day. So Siege Engine Gemini is excellent in the pseudo mirror. This transmogging the 11 drop, not a pleasant experience for your opponent. Don't like combat training. Actually, don't really like Flickering Gobbler. They have a lot of answers to it. I like Crimson Bolt. Crackling Wit can shave maybe. Wouldn't hate having at least one transmog as an extra answer to some of his stuff. Let's try this. I could possibly see Oracle Song being okay too. I definitely think we're the aggressive deck in the matchup. Yep, seems pretty reasonable. It's a little bit slow. The thing that's a little bit awkward about it is I can't hold up Originals on 2 because I want to play this for Sapphire, but that's fine. I haven't heard anyone else say that they've ever had it not play the deck that they selected. And I play a good deal of Hex and talk to people that play a good deal of Hex. I feel like maybe it's a new bug in this build. That would be a pretty bad bug. Alright, a crackling spell would be great here because it would let us make a Bumblebot. Never gonna complain about having another Mama Yeti, though. She's so hangry eating that Fama. She's like, no, you bad. You bad, Fama. I gonna eat you. If he makes a Ruby here, it's a little scary. Sweet. So if he makes a Ruby there, he's representing Riposte himself, and then playing out our turn 3 Slight's kind of terrifying. He might just crackling us and then make a Bambly Bot. Yep, Uvaseer. So we're just going to go Sight into Bamblebot. We want to draw a shard that makes a temporary resource in the next 2 draws. Ooh, another Assault card to begin triggering. This costs 7, this costs 10. We draw a shard that makes temporary resource next turn, and we jam the Mammy Yeti and crunch for 6. Then we jam another Mammy Yeti, and then we Vengeance, and we Siege into Gemini, and we... Hey, Hecky, how's it going? Picking 3 here. So that, what you just did there, Dob, is what's called results-based thinking. You saw or you either saw secondhand or experienced firsthand the result of a decision you've made, and then you adjusted the decisions in your deck, in your play, based on the results that you saw. And that is how you do not want to approach deck building in games like Hex and other TCGs that are variants by design. Being results-based is a good way to lead yourself to building really poor decks. The way I decided how many shards I'm playing is by using what's called a hypergeometric distribution. It's a probability function that helps you determine how often you're going to draw certain things here. And actually, after this game, I will pull up a hypergeo calculator and explain what I'm doing and why. Haven't enabled cheering. I don't know what... cheering is the... actually, I don't really want to block because I have 2 assault cards. How do I enable cheering, Hacky? I thought it was on by default. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and play this other Mammy Yeti here. Krillydactyl with the 4-month resub. Thank you. Crunch with my nerds, hit you for 6. Siege Engine getting dangerous. So remember, when Siege Engine, if it costs 1 or less, so we get 5 more attacks in with this in our hand, it creates 2 Siege Engine Geminis. Does it affect anything, Hacky? Do I have to, like, not accept regular donations or anything like that? OPN with the Twitch Prime subscription! Thank you for that support. I do appreciate it. Welcome. Twitch Prime is great. Now, something that Twitch Prime subs will want to be aware of is I believe you have to manually re-up the Twitch Prime every month. You can't just have it go automatically like a regular subscription. So, if you want to continue to support my content next month, you still appreciate it. Remember that you'll have to re-up it. I'll go ahead and play Lanopause Sight here, pre-combat. And the pre-combat Lanopause Sight here allows me to draw into a shard like we did, which then allows me to Crackling Bolt this Dork, which then lets me make a Bambly Bot. So welcome to the new subs, and remember, it takes about an hour for it to sync, but after It's been about an hour since you put your subscription through. If you link your discordapp.com account with your subscribed Twitch account, you'll be able to access my subs-only Discord chat server for Hex and Magic Talk. I mean, basically, as a content provider, I basically just want to accept whatever donations people want to give me. Enable cheering with bits. The sole discretion. Restricted use. Yep. It doesn't say anything in there about... Alright. I enabled sharing on the channel just so I don't forget to do that later. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Let's go ahead and play this out, see what we get. We had another crackling card. So, yeah, looks like we're just going to go ahead and crunch with these nerds. Put him to 10. And then... Yeah, we could wait to get more power with this, but I'm just going to play the Siege Engine out now. We have Riposte up, so... Hurdle Hopper with the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome and thank you for the support. Okay, and someone remind me to show the hypergeometric distribution after this. That's always a fun thing that a lot of people that even really experienced deck builders I know haven't heard of that before. I was BSing with Andrazi the other day, and he had never heard of it, and I was just like, oh, I think it was Andrazi. And I was like, oh, this is really useful, and you should know what this is. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything how we reserved on the draw versus the play. And so the distribution, using a probability distribution sounds really complicated, but it's super easy. And I'm just going to show you, just put the data into the calculator and it spits out a percentage at you, and it's super straightforward to use. This hand needs a Sapphire Shard, but it's really good if it does, and it's still functional if we just like draw Ruby Shards. So Twitch Prime, I see the same amount as a normal sub in terms of revenue for myself. But in terms of what you have to do is the Twitch Prime, you have to go in and automatically put or manually put your Twitch Prime sub towards my channel every month, I believe. I think that's the only difference. The same end results as a normal sub, yeah. Yeah, it's just like if you were a normal sub that didn't have it set to auto-renew and you manually went in and said, hey, do this again for this person next month. Or every 30 days. I think it's actually 30 days and not calendar month. If we get a Sapphire Shard, we just go boop into that. Okay, yep, and we missed. We drew Ruby Shard here. Hopefully, he plays Lanupause Sight on his turn 3 here, and we riposte it, and then Lanupause Sight off of Ruby Shards on our turn. Yeah, I thought it was 30 days. That's why I corrected myself halfway through. Come on, Lanupause Sight, Lanupause Sight, Lanupause Sight, Lanupause Sight, Lanupause Sight. Come on, dragon. Rage Fire. Despite all his rage, I kind of want to just take this. Like, my resources are tied up this turn, and I'm probably not going to have a better spot to use this. So yeah, gimme. This is a little awkward if we draw a Sapphire Shard next turn. We want to play this Lanupause Sight instead, but I think this is fine overall. If we draw a Sapphire Shard, we'll just go Sapphire, Rage Fire, his Bumblebot, make our own Bumblebot. Okay, and we didn't hit it, so that's good. We just got to use our resources efficiently. Now this Rage Fire goes back into our deck. Ooh, a graphical bug. when his card goes back into our deck, it gets stuck graphically on top of the deck. I wonder if that means we're drawing it. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Burn the baby Yeti. The baby Yeti has been set ablaze. Yes, if we draw it later, we'll still need to use it because it'll still have the text at the end of your turn. Revert it and return it to your opponent. It's just a graphical bug. I'm not going to draw it. Okay. I'll have to report that one on the forums. Really not a big deal if it's just a graphical bug. Yeah, Ragefire sleeve seems so cool, right? It almost looks like a card. Alright, here's hoping no if he doesn't have a transmog, we're going to be ahead in a pretty big way here. If he does have transmog, we'll need to draw a Sapphire to keep up, probably. Has the transmog. Man. Sure. Okay, so we can pay 2 to gain a permanent resource. So both of these are going to be on the same action for him. That's pretty good. Because this didn't draw, right? No. So he's got a big draw coming up. Hopefully we hit Sapphire here soon. And again, I'm sure there's someone in chat that's like, see, if you played a different resource base, but don't worry, we're gonna talk about the math after this game, win or lose. Why the math is what it is. Yeah, Riposte would be sweet. Alright. Psychotic Anarchist. Well, this is at least going to ramp us into a siege engine, Gemini. This is unfortunately drawing him towards his super copy spell here. So this pays 2 and activates to give us a permanent resource, which is nice. Very, very nice. That's a pretty good... Wait. Why did he draw... Why did he draw a card when this... Did he draw a card when he played this? Let me ask him. Is that what happened there? He only had 2 cards in his hand, right? So he drew a card when this went on the chain? Yeah, he said he did. That's definitely bugged, right? This doesn't prophesize, draw a card when you play this copy. All right, I'm going to screenshot this. And I guess I have video of it too. And let's see if he draws 2 more cards here. Okay, so that's bugged. He drew the card when this went on the chain with the copy. He didn't draw an extra card, but he drew it when he cast it instead of on resolution, which is incorrect. Which that's bad, but it's not, you know, he didn't draw 3 cards off of it. He drew 2 like he was supposed to. So what happened was this drew an extra card when it went on the chain as opposed to after it resolved, which is actually a downgrade for him because you'd want your prophecy to happen and then draw the card with it. No, so those prophecies are off of Thunderfield Seer here, and which is kind of confusing. Thunderfield Seer and Linopause Light prophesize cards differently. Thunderfield Seer says gets draw a card, which means when this card resolves, you draw a card. Lanupaw's site says when you play this, draw a card, which is functionally different. This draws a card when you put the card in the chain. This draws a card when your card resolves. Ah! Right, sorry. We now resume to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, if I wasn't going to counter magic his things, it's irrelevant, but it is actually, no, it's not irrelevant. It's irrelevant for him. It's a really minor detail in the grand scheme of things. Like this one, you see this was prophesized by the seer, so it drew a card when it resolved, not one on the chain. We are actually just going to be able to play the 11 drop soon, thanks to our surge mechanism here. I think we're probably too far gone at this point in terms of missing the Sapphire. And this is someone asked about this earlier, this deck versus Angus, or I'm going to show the hypergeometric distribution. Mercadin with the Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome and thank you for that. Let me browser properties. Alright. So this thing I have here on screen, and I'll put this link in chat, is what we call a hypergeometric distribution calculator. And this is just a generic probability function. I use this when I'm building resource bases. This is useful for calculating things like race shards. And the calculation I'm about to do is slightly simplified compared to what the actual calculations that you would do to find exact numbers. But the calculation that this does is close enough when looking at shard bases that it's fine to give you an approximation. This population size is how big your deck is. Number of successes and population is how many of the thing you have that you're looking to draw. So in this case, we have there's 12 Sapphire shards in my current configuration of Bombus. The sample size is how many cards you're drawing out of your deck when you're looking to see how likely you are to draw something by a certain time. So in this case, I want to know what's the probability of me having a Sapphire threshold by turn 2 on the play. So by turn 2 on the play, I've seen 7 cards in my opening hand plus my draw step for the turn. So I put 8 in here, and the number of successes is the minimum number of Sapphire shards that I want to see in this. So basically what this is saying, I have 60 cards in my deck, I have 12 Sapphire shards in those 60 cards. What are the odds that I have at least one Sapphire shard in the top 8 cards of my deck, which is how many cards I'm going to see by the second turn on the play. You calculate probabilities, and with the current number of Sapphire thresholds I have, I'm 85% to see one Sapphire shard by turn 2 on the play. It does not factor in things like that, unfortunately. And you could very easily see as you make adjustments. So like someone said, let's go up to 13. So if we change this 12 to a 13, now there's 13 Sapphire shard thresholds in my deck. It doesn't actually give me that much of a higher percentage. I go from, so with 13, I'm 87.7. With 12, I'm 85.2. So it's like 2.5% adding one more in there. So this is, which I think is mostly irrelevant. I'd much rather, this deck can function without Ruby. Like even that game, like we needed to hit Sapphire by say, what turn was it we needed to hit Sapphire by? We needed to hit Sapphire by say the, probably the 6th turn to really be in that game. So by turn 6, I've seen 7 plus, we were on the draw that game, right? Because we won game 2. So on the draw by turn 6, we had seen 13 cards. So the chance of seeing one of those we're 96% likely by turn 6 on the draw to see at least one Sapphire shard. It's funny, I'm actually teaching a stats class this quarter. That's one of the 2 classes I'm teaching. We talk about these later in the semester. So, anywho, less math, back to jamming games with gut feelings and emotional responses. Maybe I'll highlight that clip of me explaining. Actually, maybe I'll just record a little thing after this talking about that. I think that's something that a lot of people would like to see and hear, and I can just like take the chat off of it, and I might do like a short 2 to 3 minute thing talking about what that is and why and how it works. What's a good percent for me? I don't know. It depends on what you're comfortable with. You got to like ask yourself questions like so this deck, 85% means approximately 8 out of 10 times at least it's going to happen for me. So link to the website. Yeah, so if you just Google hypergeometric distribution calculator, somebody a K factor in the distribution. This is just a random website. If you Google hypergeometric distribution calculator, there's a bunch of them. This is just the one that's the cleanest, so this is the one I use. It doesn't have a bunch of ads and crap all over it, which is nice. I don't have ad blocker on my browser, so there's no ads on this site, which is wonderful. The thing you have to keep in mind when using things like that is that 85% chance that your 85, when I said doesn't account for all variables, for instance, that 85% chance to have a Sapphire Shard turn 2 on the play in our top 8 cards, that doesn't take into account that inside of that 85% are hands that you would otherwise be mulliganing for other reasons, like you have a 6 or 7 shard hand that happens to have a Sapphire Shard into it. Well, it meets the condition, so it shows up in the distribution, but it's not a keepable hand still, even though it meets that. The tournament Sunday. I do plan to play the tournament on Saturday, the Radiant Rumble for sure. I may or may not play the Wild Cup on Sunday. I'm not sure on that one yet. I'm not sure what my wife's plans are. I think a video tutorial on the hypergeometric distribution would probably be more ideal than people learn better, I think, from with that type of thing from seeing it actually done as opposed to just someone writing it down. The Crusader Cup, yep. I don't think I can mulligan a hand that has turn 1 Yeti into turn 2 Arsonist. Anarchist, I just can't. Thanks, Rotrix. I do try to respond when people send me messages. One thing that I always do for people that do want to ask me questions, if I don't always have time to get back to you, is that I've mentioned the Discord server a couple times. That's something I always give priority to questions people ask me via the Discord server, because I know that you have helped support me, so I try to make time to help, give support and answer questions here and there ASAP for the people that are on that Discord server. Because you guys enable me, you all help enable me to do what I do as often as I do. The Wildcat. Oh, jeez. And that's... So, opponent's probably playing a control deck. They played a Blood Sapphire Shard on one. So, this may or may not be good. But just this start is going to be good against a control deck if that's what he's playing. I figure if I'm going to answer questions for people on social media anyways, I might as well prioritize answering questions for the people that help me out. Only fair. Would you make any changes to the reserves of the Wild Sapphire Ardent deck, or do you think it's still a relevant list? I think I would try and fit a Hope Heart Unicorn or two in there, possibly. Card's really good against the Extinction decks in the format. Maybe. I'd have to double check and look at where I left it. Alright, so we know my opponent's not playing any of my variations of Blood Sapphire Control because I don't play Arcane Focus in my Blood Sapphire Control decks. The deck that I'm playing right now is kind of an aggro control tempo style deck. I've played a few games with it, Jonard. It seems okay. The Diamond Ardent Core is very powerful. Would not be surprised if one of these guys eats a Hero's Downfall or a kill this turn. If you played, actually, I know what a really good comparison is. If you ever played Blue-Red Delver in Modern when Treasure Cruise was legal, it doesn't have the draw aspect of that, but it has the two-color aggro burn kind of style to it. Eternal Dad with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, kind of like the more... Yeah, exactly. You'll get there in the delay a little bit. Alright, make the Bumblebot, attack with these dorks. Why don't I play Arcane Focus deck? Because, and actually you can look at my Blood Sapphire list below the stream. You click the button that says Hex Decks in the information if you're on mobile. I play a Blood base with kind of just a Sapphire Splash for cards like Oracle Song and Powerful Draw. And Arcane Focus is the type of card that requires you to stress your resource base out a lot. One of the easiest ways to not be able to play your cards, actually it's very similar to like this deck. So this deck is a base Ruby deck, even though it has a Sapphire Splash. So you're able to play a functional game of Hex even if you never draw a Sapphire shard a lot of the time. Stone Age XX with this Twitch Prime sub. Welcome, thank you. I do appreciate it. It's going to be really interesting to see how Immortal affects prices of cards in Hex, which, you know, when it's a new thing, it's going to be kind of hard to tell exactly how it's going to work. If it's like Magic happens, traditionally the prices of cards will dip a small bit as Immortal happens, but not a ton, like maybe somewhere between 10 and 20%. How long does it take to upload a Twitch stream to YouTube after the stream? Hours or days? Usually it's hours. It depends. Like today I'm not going to get to upload right after I finish. So I'm going to stream right up until I have to leave for my meeting today. So I probably won't get uploaded till later tonight, but it'll be up by tomorrow morning at the latest. Even a video that's like, you know, 4 hours plus, it only takes YouTube a little while to process. All right, this is eating a counter magic or a hero fall, I'm sure. Balance between hearing me and getting fired. Well, don't get fired. That would be bad. You have to, what do you mean convert them, coach? I just record, I just have OBS record it separately and then, so opponent's down to 14. They don't have a lot of troops, but we do have like 8 points of burn in our hand, which is nice. So, probably going to Lasgar's Vengeance and then Bumblebot next turn, so that'll put him to 10, and then Bumblebot Rats. Alright, well, now we're definitely Lasgar's Vengeance, eh? Why doesn't Angel of Dawn see play anymore? It's a high variance card that doesn't have a good home. All the popular Diamond decks right now are Ardent based, and she doesn't really fit well into those. When it rains, it pours. I guess we've only had 8 shards and 20 cards, probably within a standard deviation or 2 of the mean. Get Extinction and be sad next turn. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I just have mine set to the whatever the default is. I don't think Hero Fall has anything to do with why Angel of Dawn wouldn't see play. Devron cheered! Look at that! And Twitch Alerts. I'm not surprised Twitch Alerts does it, I guess. God, Twitch Alerts is great. Alright, we'll play another shard that he's aware of. Thank you for that. I have no idea what the cheering ratios are, but I appreciate any donation. Thank you. Hey, Breview. Down to 6. Got about 170 people hanging out here this afternoon watching us battle some Hex. I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your Thursday here with us. Morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at. Thank you. Our record has not been great today, but I also feel like I've gotten a little bit unfortunate with the games we've played so far. So we'll see. He has ascended into a paragon of thought, which means ah! Alright, hopefully these Bumblebots can go the distance. We just like draw Crackling Bolt next turn and then bolt him and kill him with Bumblebots. That's the ideal. So now every Yep. Yep. Alright, Crackling Bolt's lethal. I haven't played any. Alright, Crackling Bolt's lethal. It bolts him down to 1 and then makes Bumblebot. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Pew pew! Pew pew! Pew pew! You're good luck, toddler. You're good luck, toddler. Oh no, we could have a transmog. Maybe we're celebrating too soon, Jake. It might be too soon. It might be too soon. Oh no. Oh no, toddler. Oh no, did I do my victory throws too soon? Waiting for the transmog. Yep, yep. Oh, here it comes. Oh no. Oh no, I celebrated and we're dead. We're so dead. Woo! Better lucky than good. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Yeah. 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 You funny punk. You a funny punk. Alright, what are we doing, kid? Lasgar's Vengeance is not great in this matchup. They're going to have some troops, but not a lot. Oracle Song is fine. Verdict's fine. Riposte is pretty good. Burn's probably not great. The extra combat training and the Gobblers are probably good. Flag on the Plague, right? You can't do things like that when you're playing paper TCGs. You'll be an unsportsmanlike minors, and that would probably be an unsportsmanlike major. All right, what am I cutting here? Probably don't want. This is probably too many Gobblers in my 75. Vampires. I don't know exactly what he has in his deck, so maybe I'm just supposed to bring in Crimson Bolts as a hedge. All right, I'm not gonna do the Gobblers for now. Let's not do Gobblers in the draw. Let's be a little bit more controlling. That may or may not be wrong. It's probably a minor. Okay. Oh, major's like you got to be like violent or swear or be aggressive, right? Yeah, do something really bad. Now, if you added stupid idiot to it, yeah, get got. This hand's great. We get to go turn 2, Crackling Bolt Your Dome, make a Bumblebot, turn 3, Landing Pause Sight, draw all of the Hex cards. Hopefully, opponent doesn't have Relentless Corruption in their deck. I am wearing shorts for the benefit of Twitch. Purely for Twitch's benefit, I am wearing shorts. I guess I didn't apologize. If that was loud to anyone's headphones, I apologize. I need to remember to watch that. Play this just in case we want to transmog on one, but pretty unlikely. I guess he could have like a Dreamweaver Ancient or a Starcaller Ancient in his deck. The Riposte for occasionally you can tag removal as a tempo play, but taking their he kept one shard focus on the play. Okay. Well, time to run him over. Yeah, tagging their draw spells and their ascensions with Riposte is very good. Yeah, I'd assume we're getting the last two cards in that cycle in the next set. Oh, the mystery tour. Roll on. $60 apes with the Twitch Prime subscription. I like you better than those people who have less apes than 60. Thank you. Take you away. He said lag caused him to skip a turn. That's rough. Seriously? Well, I think we're gonna have to wait a few minutes. That's annoying. I don't know. So he started the game off by saying he might be slow because he's playing through remote desktop from work. And then he said the remote desktop caused the lag in GG, and he might have just like closed out of the remote desktop without exiting the client. Unsportsmanlike conduct digital. Yeah, he said he was playing on remote desktop, and then he said he's just GG, and then I guess he's forgot. I think he just forgot. I don't think this was malicious, but it's still annoying. You could talk about math concepts like the Nash equilibrium. I'm actually not sure what that is offhand. I know the math that's relevant to my life. Oh, that's true, Hats. Yeah, he must have just closed out. Oh, anywho. How do I not know all of the math, right? There's the really, I think it's an XKCD that talks about the what you actually know as you get a PhD, and it's just like all the knowledge in the world, and this is what I have, and then as you just like get this really honed, specialized, and you just, the more you learn, the more you realize what you don't know. This is how we beat Control. We beat him fair and square game 1, even after we flooded a bit. Okay, thanks. Ripped the crackling bolt like a champion. A little bit less than just another 2 minutes to hang out here. And we'll do some more battles. It starts at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know what that translates to at every time zone you're in. If I haven't learned much yet. Alright. From game theory, and it's used in economics. No one gains by unilateral change of strategy. $11 Central is 12 Eastern. Want a coin flip? He said sorry, got disconnected, wasn't trying to be him. Yeah, I didn't think so. Right, Psychotic Arsonist is about to get set ablaze, I'm assuming here, but we're still going to just jam him on 2. Especially with the Nerb Gerbler to follow him up next turn. Oh, jeez. Oh, we got the Trigger Assault, so... Yeah! Connected. Ooh! Mammy is here, and she is hangry. Such a hangry lady. Look at her, she's very upset. Look at this little dude. Kill my guy, sure. All I wanted to do is draw you cards, bud. That's so rude. So we want to draw a shard that makes temporary resource in our next 2 draws. Another Lasgar's Vengeance I will take now, though, because we're going to play this, get a Sapphire. We're going to burn this dork, make a Bambly Bot, play the Flickering Nerb Gerbler, and then attack and trigger Assault on 2 of these things. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Come on, be aggressive. Be aggressive. Rawr. Nerd Ape. Yeah, it's such a good name. I don't even know what that card's actual name is now, but Nerd Ape is definitely what we're going to call it in all of my streams. Shard that makes temporary resource lets us jam this Mama Yurty down his throat. Come on, Shard. Come on. Okay, that was probably the second best thing to a shard is combat training here. Let's just keep our Flickering Gerbler going. Sure, that kills the Flickering Gerbler. I'm so sad. I just wanted to Flickering Gerbler you, and you had a second burn. Or first burn, right? Yeah, it was a Crackling Bolt. Nerd Ape is a magic card. Confirmed, first person. Combat training's great. You got these 2 assault cards, just like ticking steadily downward. Just want shards. Just want shards. Well, that at least lets us kill his Knob Gobbler next turn. This is probably dying to stop triggering our assault cards. So in the new Magic set, there's a 1/2 for 1 red that as long as you control an artifact, it becomes a 2/3. So it's very similar to Curd Ape. That's really unfortunate. I guess we were bound to play a mirror eventually, right? If we would have hit a shard there, we could have just attacked and then Lasgar's Vengeance this guy. Man, maybe this deck needs a 24th shard. It's very possible. Kill your guy. Yeah, kill your guy. Oh, it draws a card. That's less good for me. That makes me want you to kill your own guy less. God, he's playing a weird mishmash of cards. So it looks like we're now dead. We've had a really, really bad run with this deck today. Yeah, just dead. It's like not hitting shard drops and missing thresholds and all sorts of nasty stuff. I don't mind having these. I think I'm gonna put in a transmography. Oh yeah, he's got Yetis. I'm gonna bring in the transmogs because he's got Yetis. Bring in 3 of them. It seems fine. Let's do this. Now that's interesting. US viewers can now get bits for cheering without spending cash. They can watch advertisements and complete surveys to get them. That's neat. Makes it slightly different than just taking donations. The crackling wits enable you to make more Bumblebots consistently, which is why they are good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a shard to the deck after this. Might maybe cut the last siege engine, or the second siege engine. I feel like we're winning more games than we're flooding out, and we're definitely losing more because we're stumbling than anything else. Hacky! Yay! Thank you. Hey, Bracket. Good to see you around. Alright, well, we'll hold up riposte here. Go ahead and crunch in with the baby Yurty. He tries to like crackling bolt my baby, we'll riposte it for sure. Yeah, getting these just like ticking down ASAP is huge. Gosh. Do I play around riposte out of him? That's like a real question. Probably the end of the game. Man, that feels bad. I don't know. They've got like 3 at most in the board. I don't think you're supposed to play around it. The problem with playing around as riposte there is I just didn't have anything else to do with my resources, so if I just waited on it, I effectively would just like not be using my turn. Maybe he'll just play a site of his own that we can take from him. That would be nice. I like how it changes the icon next to your name based on what you've cheered. That's interesting. Come on, play landing pause site. It's the worst that could happen. Yeti down. Huh. I'm gonna take this away from him. Rogue Physicist with the Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome. Thank you for the support. I don't understand what cards are in his deck. It's like he's just playing one of every card that's legal in Sapphire and Ruby. Like there's Phoenixes and there's Mama Yetis, and I just don't know what I'm playing around and what he's doing. Let's do this. Make a thing. Attack for 3. Probably just last guard's vengeance him. Oh, it does add that line of text for good. Shoot. Yeah, you're right. Ugh, so I have to take another hit now or give him the combat training back? That's annoying. How long am I streaming for? Today's stream's not going to be super long this afternoon, probably another hour or so. And then I plan to be back tonight for a little bit. Yeah, I definitely replaying it. But I wanted to play the Lasgar's Vengeance out this turn, though, which unfortunately is not happening now. So he's taking 4, 8, 9, 10 next turn. He's at 13, so if we have Crackling Bolt, we could potentially kill him. Taking 10 here, down to 6. Alright, let's hit the Crackling Bolt. Burn, he's not dead to burn, right? I could have made that free. Yeah, he could be at 1. I guess the extra burn lets me not die to a Phoenix next turn, which is nice. Play this. Play this so it doesn't go back to his hand. Alright, don't kill me. Messi, don't kill me! Have a heart. Change course? Yo. I don't understand. Change course Phoenix seems sweet. Now he's got 1, 2. He's got 6 actions in there. Okay, here's a Phoenix. There's a Gobbler. Dead to free Lasgar's Vengeance. But got him otherwise. One resource short, sure. Alright. On to the next game. I can't believe that was the game he reposted our site on 3 too. What are you doing, bud? Do I want to change anything? No, I don't think I do. I'm just gonna submit. Again, not really sure what he's doing. He's just got a, kind of a hodgepodge of like Sapphire Ruby cards I like in his deck. Yeah, Sand seems fine. It's not particularly exciting, but it's keepable, I think. What's the matter, toddler? Here comes Sun Dad's lap. Ugh. I hope not. I wouldn't be surprised if it cost more or less resources at particular points during development. But hey, don't pull Dad's headset off, please. Alright, well, since we have a bunch of crackling bolts, I'm just gonna bolt him and start beating down. I mean, but that's not even what it is, Coach. He's played like one Phoenix and he's got Mama Yetis in his deck. Like, it's just like a random collection of cards, which is not bad. Like, it gives you some unpredictability and people don't really know what to play around and how to board. But like, he basically just has a little bit of everything in his deck, it seems like. We get to resolve Lanu pause site next turn, which is nice. Now we've got 8 points of reach in my hand. Three draws in the bank. Yeah. Yeah, I think a Change Course Phoenix deck seems like it could be an interesting direction for Bombus, or maybe even there's like a Dreaming Fox Sapphire Ruby control deck that like uses Change Course and Phoenix as a finisher. And he's got the Prophecy cards in here too. Just like I said, just like random, purely random it seems like. You could probably look. His name is ARRGH. I've played against him before playing this mess of just Ruby Sapphire cards I like. Why does Change Course work well with Rage Fire? That doesn't sound correct. Just because it helps you find it? There's the flickering Nerb Gurgler. Verdict of the Ancient Kings. Suppose I could be getting reposted. Alright, sweet. Killing that feels good. So play a shard this turn. Next turn we play Crackling Bolt plus activate and get another Bambly Bot. We have a Vengeance in our hand that's ticking down now, which is nice. Good cleanup for his side of the board at some point. Would not be surprised if we get Phoenix sometime soon. He's already got 1, 2, 3, 4 actions in his crypt. Next turn we can actually last Gar's Vengeance. That's annoying. Whenever a troop enters play under our control, we'll turn to a 6/3 eventually. Do I want to hit him or do I want to kill one of his dorks? I feel like I want to hit him because I'm going to play this Lasgard's Vengeance next turn. Lasgar's Vengeance will clean up his guys. Yeah, definitely a risky transmog. It seems like a pretty low upside transmog. Like, he has to get fairly lucky to, like, get something that's doing nothing. Because a lot of times I'm still going to end up with something that has at least 1 power. Vengeance me, sure. Oh, this was prophesized from earlier. Okay. Please don't riposte me. Oh, to trigger his charge power. That makes sense. Oh, I'm getting hit for 2 and then 4. So if he has a thing that does damage, I'm dead. Oh, and he draws a card. Good beats. Let's queue up one more before we call it a day. You know, I'm gonna add a shard. A lot of the bad luck we've had today is the lack of shards in the deck. I'm gonna cut the second siege engine for a shard. Yeah, that animation happened probably because it was stolen from me. I'm sure it's still technically a bug, but it doesn't matter because I know it's there. Hi, Porky Monster. How's his diaper need to change? Okay. Love you. Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna change the diaper real quick while we wait for a match to queue. Thanks for hanging out. Lost a coin flip. Have a keepable hand. Pretty reasonable hand. It's got Yeti on 1, Bumblebot on 2, has a burn for interaction. And Twitch Prime is great. Best thing that's happened to streamers since I started streaming, that's for sure. Huh. I probably shouldn't let this hit me next turn. Crackling Bolt. Actually, you know what? I've decided I don't... Actually, I can just leave Yeti back to block, right? Yeah, let's do that. Even if he hits me and, like, vomits out his hand, I have this Lascar ticking down. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do that. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? Hopefully he doesn't have like a hero of whatever. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to burn him and then hit him with Flickering Gobbler and the Bumblebot. That puts this down to a 4 cost. That might be wrong. I could double burn this and then Bumblebot, and then hit him for 4, but I kind of just want to Vengeance this away. Yeah, I'm just going to take the aggressive line. You need to link your... The accounts when you want to join the subs-only server need to be linked via the desktop web browser. I really don't want to trade my Anarchist for this hero. Like, next turn I play Gobbler and attack with everything, and then this costs 1? That seems fine. That's rude. Opposing non-steadfast troops enter play exhausted. Huh. Well. Hey! Get off your brother! Do not attack your brother. Don't do it. So I think we just let these through here. He's already played... Yeah, he's already played his resource for the turn, so he's not going to get to Valor either of these, so we can just clean him up with Vengeance next turn. If we had a resource for our turn that makes a temporary... shard that makes a temporary resource, we get to play... Yeah, we get to play Vengeance pre-combat here. Sweep your board, you go to 8, hit you for 3, we both draw a card. Yeah, if he would have attacked with the voice, I definitely would have traded there. Because I don't want him to get his Hero of Legend out of Lasgar's range, but thankfully he didn't do that. Are you stuck? Man, these kids today. chair? Are you stuck? Alright, so hopefully it should be dead here. Burn this dork. Play a Mammy Yeti and crunch. Burn this one. I have shorts on. Thank you very much. Huh. So this deck's a little more aggressive. I think I'm going to cut the Crackling Wits. Arsonist Anarchist is probably pretty bad on the draw. Bring in the Gobbler package. Bring in the Transmogs for his larger troops. And probably a Crimson Bolt's fine on the draw. Yeah, it seems like a decent setup. This hand's pretty reasonable. I'm gonna keep this against a 5-card hand. It needs a Sapphire Shard at some point, but if we just draw Ruby cards, this hand's fine. We're up to 24. I cut and added a 24th shard going into this match. Alright, opponent missing second shard drop. Probably going to be okay for us. Yep. Hit his second shard drop on turn 3. What a lucker. Thinking on what threshold he wants. Maybe he's tri-shard. Perfect. Just how we drew it up. Play Mammy Yeti on turn 4. Crunch. Okay. Watch us miss Sapphire all game and then just get crushed by his 5-card hand that missed the second shard drop. Alright, Mammy's here and she's hangry. I could definitely be more aggressive with the hands I'm mulliganing and the hands I'm keeping, especially at 7. Yeah, Mull to 5 is by no means just like instant death. The old double totem trap burn. Oh, is he going to totem trap plus block? Oh, totem trap burn, sure. Crackling bolt this dweeb. Okay, just 4 more ruby shards and we can play out this Siege Engine Gemini. Alright, we deserve this. I deserve this. One more Ruby Shard means we can cast Lasgard's Vengeance next turn. I remember, Dob, and actually, to be your results-oriented self, we added a Sapphire Shard as a 24th shard, and we still don't have it, so... And again, this is more about the hands we're keeping versus deck building. I kept a 7 without a Sapphire Shard in it, and then drew two Sapphire cards instead of drawing Ruby cards or Sapphire Shards. Alright, we're probably dead. He's gonna Valor this 3/4 so it can't die to Lasgars. Then we need to draw a Sapphire this turn. Okay, well, he Valored the wrong thing, so if we draw any shard that makes temporary, so even another Ruby Shard next turn, we're still in the game. I mean, I guess we're not dead on board, so we'll pass. Yeah. Yep, going to 3. Did do a lot. Flickering Gobbler's not even that good in this matchup, is it? Because he's got the stupid flying things. I'm going to put these in on the play and just put more removal in. Let's do that. Let's do that. The counter magic comes in again, the other Ruby Mirrors. His champion makes a banner that makes Valors. Yeah. Opponent thinks I was playing last game just to look at his deck. No, bud. We just couldn't actually play any of our cards. Because he's not really a true... He's not like a burn deck. He's more troop-based than spell-based. I like bringing in Riposte against other decks that have a lot of spells in them. Like I'd bring it in a True Mirror like our deck, or against Angus the Arsonist, for example. But against a deck that's troop-based like my opponent's, I really don't have any interest in riposting like his burns and his totem traps and stuff like that. If you're going to comment on what your opponent's doing, you should probably pay attention to it. Maybe we'll just call it a quick early stream and come back later tonight. Should have mulliganed that last game, but this game's nothing we can do. The whole Ardent Decree. He gonna Valor his dork? Must have like Totem Trap, right? I don't think we can play around a Totem Trap, so I'm gonna play an attack, and if he Totem Traps us, maybe we'll just concede. Guess we'll probably take one more draw step, but we hit another shard, we'll just concede and go on to the next one. No blocks, please. Because he can block and then Totem Trap. Yep. Totem Trap, put us down to 2 toughness, and then Swift Strike kills us. Yep. That probably just means we're dead in general. I guess. There's a card that can keep us in the game. It's one that draws us 3 cards. Comes into play exhausted because of his Exalted Knight. Yeah, I'm gonna jump next turn. What's up, Jake? Alright, we draw a shard that draws a card into second shard. We'll be done. Sting Shot Sniper. Okay. Okay, Baby Yeti draws a card at least. Line of Sight draws a card at least. Okay, shard draws a card. Crackling Bolt? Alright, another shard. Sure. All of our cards coming into play exhausted is pretty rough. Is it fun to be a flying toddler? Don't kill my untapped guy. Don't kill my ready troop. Alright. Hey, look, we drew a card. Is that a good card? I can't tell. I feel like that one's okay. Remember the list of cards that could get us out of this situation? Yeah, that one was towards the top. Shazam. Don't riposte me. Good night, my sweet prince. That card's messed up. That card is messed up. God, good lord. Remember that time we almost conceded this game? Remember that time we almost conceded this game? That card turned over because his troop, when it dies, it goes back into his deck. His hand must be like totem traps and removal, right? He's also only drawn 5 shards this this game, and we've drawn 11. We've also drawn more cards than him, to keep in mind, too, I guess. Yep, sure. Lasgar's angry. And he's taking it out on you. If we wanted to play half shards, we'd probably find room for Arcane Focus. Like, that's the type of card you play when you're not sure if you want more shards. But playing a... Okay. Hey. I'm being assaulted by toddlers. Are you upset I won't let you turn the computer off? Or do you want to come up here and sit in Dad's lap too? You want to come sit in Dad's lap too? Oh, Dad can have both toddlers in his lap? Arrgh. Bye. This game's a good example of why the 24th shard is probably just should be in here. We have 12 shards and 21 cards, but we're still ahead. Ooh, we could die here. You got 2 Valor Makers? Oh, I guess. So many curls. They both have a lot of curly hair. Shard Firewall. Close game. Yeah, his banner 6 charges. If he'd have been playing Lysander, he probably would have won that game. Okay, same guy we played earlier. We have an extra shard in our deck now, though. He mulliganed. This is the one playing McBombus cards. Hopefully we hit a Ruby shard on one so we can go Baby Yeti into Anarchist here. So that Lasgar's Vengeance is very good, right? Very, very good. Alright, not the Ruby shard we were looking for, but that's fine. And still reasonable. What am I doing here? I think I'm doing this, and I think I'm going to Crackling Wit to encourage him to use a burn if he has it. Ideally, we'll hit a Ruby next turn and go Psychotic plus Baby Yeti. If we hit a Sapphire next turn, we'll play Sight. I bring Verdict in the more controlling matchups, decks that have like the Diamond Sapphire control and Blood Sapphire control. Alright, shard of any kind. Yep. Well, yeah, the 24th for a reason. We really want it. He's fine, gentlemen. Just ready to watch the world burn. Come on! Any shot! Any shot! Kill Baby Yeti as opposed to discarding. So, Jake has one of those little, what are they? Little Tykes Cozy Coupe cars, and he thinks he's a NASCAR driver and likes to try and climb in through the window, which does not work out all the time in his favor. So that was one of those times where it did not work out in his favor. Classic Zigguman's game, kill my thing, draw 2 cards. Alright. Next game. Let's bring in the Crimson Bolts, some Transmogs, Riposte. Yep. Save. I should. You're not wrong. Being luckier is always an optimal line. But I'm just going to do what most superstitious people do and say, I'm using up all my bad luck now, so I won't have any bad luck left for the Radiant Rumble on Saturday. That's clearly how variance works, correct? We'll go first. Yeah, sounds fine. Turn 2, Crackling Bolchu, Bambly Bot. Turn 3, Lanupause Sight. Turn 4, Mama Yeti, Crush Your Face. Crunch. He played Sapphire on 1, so he can't have Riposte up for our site on 2, which is nice. That's actually kind of close. Do I want to play this, or do I want to play this and start attacking? I could play this and make a Ruby and then play Psychotic Anarchist. I think I'd rather land your pause slide, though. Don't steal your father's cell phone. Don't do it. You're a tiny baby brat, you know that? No, no. What are the odds I get Transwog next turn? 100%? Ooh, 0%. Exciting. Okay. Mama's home and she's hangry. Crunch the dead. Roar! Can you make a Yeti noise, Declan? Roar! Can I have the magnet so you don't eat it, please? He'll get the 1 and 3 on the first try. Mixed feelings on that. He did kill my Mama Yeti on the first hit, but he also was drawing cards off of it, so he drew less cards. It was just 1 draw? Yeah. Okay, play this, draw a card. Play this, draw a card. Play this, don't draw a card quite yet. Do I want to hold this, or do I want to activate my Bambly bot? I feel like I want to just activate my Bambly bot and get in here, so let's do that. Yeah, another burn spell. See, if he can't kill both of these, we'll be in an okay spot. Ooh. Ooh. So now he gets to burn one of my guys and draw a card. That's pretty good. Riposte is so good when it's good. Can you stop taking all of the stuff off my desk? You're a tiny toddler brat. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, toddler. Another shard? Okay. Yep. He's not. It's basically his goal in life, being a toddler brat. Alright, Gillis. So it looks like the game is pretty even, but 2 shards in our hand means it's really not. Next turn we can Crackling Bolt him, play a shard, and make another Bambly bot at least. We have the life total advantage, but he's got 2 power on the board. He has what's probably the 1 Mama Yeti in his deck, in his hand, in play now. So super dead. All right. Womp womp.